So next we have on our agenda is our fast pitch. And again, if you know anything about Global Washington, our fast pitch is something that we look forward to. This is a group of very brave individuals who have been working with us for the past couple of months to give a presentation. They have 2 minutes to give a pitch, and they have slides that will auto-advance. So it's actually quite a challenge if you've ever done it before. They have been working with Jack Nellinger from Capria, who unfortunately was sick today, so he's not with us, but he's been training them and working with their presentations. Capria, Will Poole, and others at Capria have started the fast pitch through SVP, if you know that, so they are well trained to help our fast pitchers today. So sit back and listen to the fast pitch, and then we'll move on with our presentation. Ready?
To start. Can you hear me? Good morning. I'm Brian Baird, and I am delighted to share with you an exciting initiative that began here in Seattle and has the potential to benefit every organization in this room and the people you serve. I love Global Washington because all around the world, Global Washington members are serving in nearly every country on earth. But something is missing in our nation. Nowhere in America is there a place to honor and tell the story of service in all of its forms. It's as if the people you work with and the work you do doesn't really matter, and the stories are soon forgotten. We want to change that. We want to establish the National Museum and Center for Service, an inspiring, vibrant place to tell the stories of service in all of its forms, to honor and connect people with how they too can make a difference, and to teach young people about the value of service. We want to do this in a signature building in Washington, D.C., where people can visit from all over the world. But not everybody can make it to D.C., so we're partnering with colleges and with universities to tell the story on campuses and in libraries and museums. Well, how are we going to accomplish all this? It's all about partnership and co-creation. We're going to work with service organizations who have stories to tell, partner them with places where the stories can be told, put the stories together in an inspiring way, and then connect with the public so they understand the value of service and what they can do to make a difference. By doing this, we're going to honor service, which is worthwhile. We're going to make sure more people know how to get engaged with service. We're going to connect donors and others who will inspire more charitable giving. And hopefully we can help heal some of the divisions in our society, because service brings people together like nothing else. We're proud to be endorsed by some of the world's leading service organizations, as you can see here, but most importantly, we would welcome your partnership, your input, and your ideas. Let's connect, and thank you for all the work you do.
Hello? Oh, that works. No worries. I'll wait all the time you need. They say there are plenty of fish in the sea, but that is becoming less and less true every year. Hi, my name's Julie, and I work with Future of Fish, an international NGO on a mission to empower sustainable ocean economies. Currently, it is estimated that 90% of fish stocks are fished to the limit or overfished. And the loss of biodiversity can have a cascading effect on the entire ocean ecosystem. The solution? Stop eating fish. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. 40% of the world's population relies on seafood as their primary source of protein. This is why we believe the future of fish isn't about fish. It's about people. It's about feeding families, livelihoods, and sustainable ocean stewardship. At Future of Fish, we develop and pilot solutions that benefit coastal communities. These solutions are co-designed with all stakeholders involved: community members, investors, NGOs, industry, and government. Following our co-designs in Peru and Chile, we knew implementation of those solutions should be led locally and establish an organization in each country to continue that work. Our work with fishing communities globally has confirmed a few fundamental truths. People see the impacts of overfishing and climate change on the environment, but they don't have the agency, capital, or resources to change their practices. Our US-based team is focused on system-level solutions that unlock resources for fishers through creative financing, fintech, and digital services. One organization cannot change a system on its own. And if you're interested in collaborating, connect with us. Thank you.
Hello? Now it's working. Thank you. I'm ready whenever you are. What would you do if your human rights were violated? You were denied justice at home, but you still seek international accountability and redress? If you are Jeff Bezos, confronting Saudi Arabia for hacking your phone, you hire a human rights lawyer to file a complaint before the United Nations. But if you are Maria, a mother searching for her disappeared son, fighting impunity in Argentina with no money, how do you get justice? You reach to Global Rights Advocacy, the only nonprofit in the state of Washington with a mission to provide free human rights defense to those who cannot afford it. My name is Alejandra Gonza, founder and director. Our work already has proven to be effective. From local to global, we were able to help our clients get reparations. We trigger structural changes in laws, policies, and practices, here and abroad. We have represented undocumented communities, indigenous communities, fighting for their rights with international legal mechanisms. We fought really hard to get political prisoners abroad and free them and bring them to their families in their countries. But we need to grow. As a Latina, immigrant, women-led organization founded during the pandemic, we still have too many glass ceilings to break, including that one to get us to the core funding we need. But with your support, your trust, we can increase together our impact. We need more resources to do that. We have experience, expertise. Let's do it together. Thank you.
My fault. Apologies. My name is Jason Hatch. I'm a retired military officer, a former diplomat, and I currently serve with Operation Snow Leopard as a volunteer. So our nonprofit formed literally as the Taliban were moving into Kabul. Karen Kraft pulled together a team of veterans and civilians, and more importantly, our Afghan allies in Hollywood, California, and gave us the mission of helping to get people out. So to date, we've successfully evacuated 1,600 Afghans, and our mission now is to evacuate the 1,000 vulnerable Afghans that remain on our list. Everybody hoped the Taliban 2.0 was going to be different. Sadly, they've proven to be just as barbaric, if not more, than the first regime ever was. Women in particular have disappeared from society, and most now are simply commodities. So what we've done is we've set up an underground railroad that safely transports at-risk Afghans from Afghanistan to a series of safe houses that we've set up in a neighboring country. We prioritize those who do not have good resettlement options elsewhere, and women make up the bulk of the folks that are on our list. Doors are closing to Afghans around the world. The war in Ukraine has provoked this. In response to that, we were able to send down a delegation to Argentina and broker an agreement to accept 300 Afghans. That deal should be announced on Friday, the National or the International Day of Democracy. What we need help with now is providing support for our folks in their living arrangements in Pakistan, in Uzbekistan, in Tajikistan, in the areas where we have set up these safe houses. The costs run around $8,000 a month to keep people fed, clothed, and treat them medically. So again, our mission is to evacuate 1,000 of the most at-risk Afghans by the end of 2023. Please come and find us at our table if you think you can help.
Oh, okay, just trying the microphone. Okay. Do you recognize the tree checkmark logo? Maybe it's on your Costco receipt, on the bag from your lunch, or even on a calendar. My name is Sharon London, and I'm here to talk to you about what FSC certification means and why you should choose it. When the global community failed to produce an agreement to stop deforestation after the Rio Summit in 1992, FSC was formed to provide a way for sustainable forestry. FSC has grown and now works to solve many global challenges that you see on this slide. Co-creation is in our DNA, with 1,200 members representing 89 countries around the world, and with 3 equal chambers, environment, economic, and social. FSC members come together to set the standards for FSC certification. And the way the process works is that you can verify a product anywhere from the forest all the way to the chain of custody throughout where a product is produced, all the way to the consumers. We also have a new solution. You can sponsor a forest, leaving the forest in place for the ecosystem services it provides. With over 520 million acres around the world and 250 staff across the globe and 50,000 companies in that chain of custody process, we are the gold standard in forest certification. FSC certification helps both people with fair labor practices and the environment. And you, as a global leader and consumer, can make a difference too. Choose FSC certified products when you're shopping, or you can sponsor an FSC certified forest for its ecosystem services. Join us, be part of the solution. Thank you.
Testing. Oh, look, the mic still works. Good morning. I'm Dr. Erin Meyer from the Seattle Aquarium, here to talk to you about resharking the ocean. In my 2 decades of conservation work, I've come to realize that conservation is about biodiversity, resilience, and regenerative stewardship to improve ecosystem health. But conservation is also about people. It centers the needs of communities and recognizes the interconnectivity between ecosystem and human health. And because conservation is about people and the environment, it demands collaboration. Collaborative conservation initiatives are co-created, and they require moving at the speed of trust. In 2020, we began co-creating the first project in a global collective called Reshark, working to restore wild populations of sharks and rays by breeding them in human care, a world first. With nearly 400 species of sharks and rays that are threatened, there's an ever-present feeling of urgency. But in our work, we always center the needs and the expertise of the people in the place where the bulk of the work happens. Fast forward 3 years. We've now secured agreements from multiple government entities, and the West Papuan government is the lead champion of our project. We've completed construction of 2 shark nurseries in remote locations that were co-designed and built by local communities. We have finished training our first cohort of shark nannies who are now caring for eggs and pups at our nurseries. And we shipped our first batches of eggs from Australia and the United States, and our first pups, they hatched in September. We now have proof of concept. Not only is ReShark directly contributing to SDG 14 by recovering threatened species, we're also working with local communities and building local capacity to ensure that local people are leading the way. And in just 3 years, our coalition has grown to over 70 partners in 13 countries and counting, including aquariums, governments, NGOs, academic institutions, and the tourism industry. ReShark aims to reverse the loss of biodiversity, restore ecosystems, but it's only possible because it's a global collective working together to co-create solutions, and we're just getting started. Find me on WOVA or learn more at reshark.org.